It's kind of crazy that I'm filming this, but I guess it'll also be crazier if this actually goes up on YouTube because I could very well just delete the footage. So, I have always dreamt of selling physical products on Etsy. I've talked about this before, so if you have watched like any other videos in my small business journey video playlist, then you've probably heard that before. So, anyway, I've been planning out the first product launch for the past few weeks, maybe even a month, and I'm really excited, but it's also just like so much to think about. So I kind of want to just break down what I've done so far because there's still so much more to do, but I have done a lot. By the way, today is October 18th, 2023, and my goal is to try to launch physical products by mid-November. I think that would be the perfect time of year to launch them because it's like right at the start of holiday season. Like most people are probably not even doing their Christmas shopping by then, but like the early starters will be starting to look around then. And so I'm hoping that it will gain a lot of traction from holiday shopping because a lot of the products I'm thinking of launching are very good gift ideas. So I feel like that will help a lot when I first launch them, like people searching for like custom gifts for people. So that's the hope and the plan. We will see if it's feasible because I still don't even have all the materials I need. Let me show you where we're at. So first of all, I started out by making this Google Doc and I just titled it First Product Launch because I figured that I shouldn't go crazy and try to launch everything I've ever thought of creating all at once. I should just start with like a few basic products that I think would be feasible and then hopefully these do well and we can continue to grow from there. So the product I've had in mind for a while is wine glass charms and more specifically putting letters on them for like your initials, first or last name initials, and they're very customizable depending on like what font you want to pick, what vinyl you want to use, all sorts of stuff. So that's the one I've been working on the most because that's the one I've had planned the longest. But then this can go other directions too, like doing dogs. Different plants would be fun. And then I thought doing smiley faces would be fun. These products are basically not planned out at all. I thought to go with the wine charms, it'd be fun to do custom wine glasses, but I have no designs for them at all yet. I also with the kitchenware route, wanted to go with some latte glasses. So I have super cute, like soda can glass cups that like I feel like everyone has nowadays. They're just like super trendy now. I have some of those in our personal kitchen, and I thought buying some of those and putting like lines to show like the measurements to create a latte would be fun. And then I could do some other designs as well, but none of those are planned out yet. And then probably keychains just because there's so much overlap between the materials to make keychains and the materials to make wine glass charms. So I feel like if I'm not making keychains, I'm kind of just like missing out on another easy product there, but I haven't designed anything for those either. Hello, this is editing Rachel much further into the future and much further along in this process. But I'm coming back because after I showed my screen of like all the products that I had planned out in that Google Doc, I then showed a Google Sheets of like how I was organizing like the materials and the costs of everything. And then the audio for that just decided to be horrible and the mic was just crackling the whole time and I don't know why. So I'm just gonna redo that real quick for you guys because I feel like I came up with a good Google Sheet and I want to share it, but the audio is just so awful. I cannot have you guys sit through that. So I'm gonna go through it again real quick. So this is the Google Sheet I made. I have several pages in it. Some of these probably were not here when I originally made this spreadsheet on October 18th, where we're at in the video right now, but I'll just show you anyway. So this was the first page I made, and I was basically just writing down each of the product ideas I had and then the materials I would need for all of them, and then like how much of I can get in one order, and then like where I can get them, the links to exactly where to buy them, the cost, and then I'm keeping track of what I've purchased here. Then I made one for stickers and packaging. So this was not this updated in October, which is where we're technically at in the video, but that's okay. I'm sure I show this again later. But basically, I made this one for packaging. materials, so like stickers, thank you cards if I want to print any of those, and then like bubble mailers, packaging paper and sticker paper for labels, stuff like that. So similar concept to the materials for making the products, but instead materials for packaging and shipping. This sheet was me focusing more specifically on my first product launch. So like I mentioned earlier, the first sheet was more just like a brain dump of product ideas and materials I need for them, whereas this was like what I had narrowed down to like the specific products I would actually be launching for the first launch. And then I made a timeline, but I'm pretty sure I show this later in the video and don't need to show this now, so ignore that. So yeah, that was the Google Sheet I was trying to show you guys when my audio just like went to crap. So I probably just gave some spoilers because it's probably more updated than it was when I first filmed this in October, but oh well, you got a little sneak peek at what's coming. Okay, so that's all the like more boring businessy side of things, like all the logistics. Now we can get into the more creative stuff. So I started designing listing photos specifically for the wine glass charms because again, those are the ones I have most planned out. So I've designed quite a few of those listing photos, and then that's pretty much the furthest I've gotten in terms of listing photos. This first one is, as you can see, it's going to be a photo of some of the charms as an example of what they look like, and I don't have any at the moment. So this will come when I have all the materials and I can start making some examples. Then I have a page for the two different material options and the dimensions so that people can see what each one looks like. I don't have the acrylic blanks yet, as you saw on the materials list. I haven't bought them yet, so there's no photo for that here, but this is what the wood blanks look like, and they're an inch in diameter. Then I have all the font options. Then I have all the vinyl options. I only own these 6 vinyls, so that's why they're listed here. I feel like this page might change frequently depending on what Cricut has available. Then I have a page to show the different beads that you can choose from because the wine glass charms have beads on them. And I have a lot of options. Part of me wonders if this is too many options, but I do have all of these because this is the exact kit I bought. So I feel like I should let them pick from all of these, even though it is a lot and kind of overwhelming. And then I thought this would be a helpful page to make too, in case people are kind of confused as to like how you can customize these or how you should customize them. I put some options here. So like your first name initials in the same vinyl in the same font because the letters are what differentiate them, or your last name initial in a different vinyl because the vinyl is what differentiates them, or you could go crazy and do any sort of combination of vinyl and font and letters. And then I also wanted to include a slide of all the different occasions you could get these as gifts for someone because you really could get them for literally anything. Like they're just the perfect little customized, like personalized gift. And I feel like they could go for any of these. So that's what this is for. And then my final slide is steps of how to place an order in case anyone's confused because there are a lot of personalization options and different ways to customize it. So I wanted to make it clear like what you need to decide on and like all the different things you need to tell me because otherwise I'm not going to know how to make them. And on another note, here's the thank you card I designed. I used Photoshop for this because I like to make my life difficult and spread my designs across multiple platforms. Anyway, I think I've included everything I want to in here. The only thing I want to add is something about like encouraging them to leave a review because I think that would be very helpful. So that is everything I've done to date. It's a lot, but there's still so much more to do. Like I still haven't designed listing photos for any of the other products or even come up with designs for those products. That's why I'm like, is it reasonable to launch in mid-November? I don't know. I think that's what I need to start working on is like the other listing photos. And I also need to order the materials ASAP because I can't like take photos for the cover photo of the listing until I have the materials to make examples of them. And in my little timeline that I have not finished filling out, I said I wanted to order all the materials this week, and it's Wednesday. So, like, that kind of needs to happen if I want any chance of being on track with this schedule. But there's just so much more to do. I also need to like plan out my Instagram. I have been so torn on whether or not to keep everything on my current Right Brain Rage Instagram page or if I should split them up and just keep that one as digital illustrations because that's kind of what I niched down to and like make a new one for physical products. But I think I'm going to try to keep them all on the same page for now. And if it doesn't go well, I'll figure it out later. But that means like my feed is going to take quite a shift from what it is now. And I want to still find a way to incorporate digital illustrations pretty regularly so that people who followed me for that still get that. So I need to figure out that too. I need to plan out my feed and plan out like what posts I'm going to have leading up to it to like kind of build some anticipation, and then what I'll have all throughout the month, and just all the things. But it's hard to plan that out too because again, I don't have any of the materials, so I haven't made any of the products yet, so I can't take photos of them, so I can't plan out an Instagram feed without the photos. So anyway, there's a lot to do. I'm going to try to work on this a bit more today, and hopefully we'll make some more progress, but I'll continue to keep you guys updated throughout this process, and hopefully we can launch the products in mid-November like I'm hoping for. We're placing our first order of materials. The latest stuff will be 21st. It's not bad. Okay, are you ready? Look at how much we're investing into this, guys.
It starts with
go
just
buy
seed.
some.
It starts with the seed.
Okay, ready?
Yippee! Oh, we're gonna have to take that out.
We got our deliveries.
What is this? What is in here? Ooh,
Glasses,
glass.
because I can't ship those in a bag. Fragile.
Do not separate.
So we must have only gotten the soda can looking glasses. I guess the wine glasses haven't come yet.
You only got 4?
Yay! Yeah, it only comes in a set of 4.
Oh, cool. Whoa, very nice. Go put them up there with the rest of the
No.
dishes. Alright, we can keep this together in this box.
Ooh, there's a hole to open. All the thread.
Oh, threads.
And oh, whoa. These are huge.
What's that?
The acrylic.
Oh, is it the wrong thing? Oh, that's
Did
not
we not
right.
check the size first?
Let me see.
Why wouldn't we have checked the size?
That's not what we wanted.
Oh man.
Alright, gotta send these back. Too
They're
big.
so
These
big.
aren't
You
wine
don't
glass
think these could be
charms.
wine glass charms?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh man.
Next package.
Oh, duh, the vinyl, the Cricut vinyl.
Ah, is that from Cricut or is it the...
Yeah, this is the Cricut one.
Okay.
It's just the black one. Oh, the keychain rings. Okay, that's it. Okay, so it is October 22nd, 2023. I got all the packages, or most of them, in last night, and today I started like experimenting with some of my product ideas, and it has been a day. Let me just start with that. A lot of the stuff that I've been trying has not worked out too well, and I'm gonna show you why. And I'm honestly kind of frustrated. I've had more of a win later, like the past 30 minutes, with one of the things I was testing, so I'm feeling a little bit better. So this is what I'm referring to as my win, but it definitely was not a win for a while. So yes, this is like my win of the day. It's like the one thing that's worked out, but it was also a struggle for a while. I am struggling a lot because so many of my designs are small. The wine charms are 1 inch in diameter, and these letters, as you can see, are pretty small. So the problem I've been having is the Cricut handling the size of the stuff that I want to cut out, because it's very precise and it's very good, but when you get too small, it just can't handle it. Here are my unfortunate losses. So I was going to start out with the letter wine glass charm, since that's the idea I've had the longest, but I realized that like I don't have all the vinyls that I thought I had. Basically, I made the listing photos with that one slide that has like the vinyl options, while I was at work, and I thought I could remember what I had, but I didn't, so that's on me. I thought I had like the gold, copper, bronze or whatever, and like the dark brown like textured vinyls. I don't have the gold one. I have like the coppery one and the dark brown and like a black. So yeah, I couldn't use those. And then for the holographic vinyls, I think I got those right, but it's also just so hard to tell because in real life they look different than the photos online because they're holographic and you can't easily depict holographic in a photo. So I just like gave up on those and didn't even attempt to cut them out because I was like, I need to figure out what vinyls I even have and what I'm even offering at this point. So I ended up skipping over those and just going straight to the flower one because I was like, this one will be easy. I'll just cut it in the 3 different holographic vinyls. How cute. Well, that ended up failing. So basically, I don't know if you can see, but like the edges are really like, I mean, honestly, it's not coming out on camera as much, but like in person, you can see that the edges are pretty jagged. And I thought at first that it was because, let me see, I think this, yeah, this was the original flower design. I thought that it was coming out jagged at first because I like hand drew it in Procreate. And basically, I didn't do like one solid stroke. I attempted to, but like there were certain areas where I needed to fix it because I like, it's just the hardest one, right? But like, I messed up a little bit, so I like had to go over it a couple times to like fix the curve and make it look good. And it looked fine in Procreate, but then when Cricut went to cut it out, it was like jagged like that. And I thought it was just because it wasn't one continuous stroke. And I thought, Cricut's so precise that it like gets all the minor cuts that you maybe don't notice, like aren't noticeable to the human eye, I guess. But I don't think that's the case because then I ended up redrawing it in one single stroke. Like I never lifted the Apple Pencil. I got the whole flower in one stroke and I went to print it and it did the same thing. So these 3 on the left are what I'm talking about with the new design where it was one single stroke and it's still pretty jagged. So I'm thinking it's just a Cricut thing. I was doing a little bit of research and I couldn't really find like why this would be happening. Like I found some reasons, but they weren't the problem in my situation. So I think it might just be that when you make it too small, the Cricut just can't handle the curves. I don't know. I think like from far away you don't really notice it, but when people are like spending their own money on this, I don't want it to be like, "Oh, well you don't notice it from far away, but if you look close you will." Like that's not I don't think that's high enough quality to ask someone to spend their money on. So, I don't know if I'm just going to have to like totally scratch that idea or what, but now I'm starting to get a little bit discouraged with the wine glass charms because everything I cut out is going to be small. So anyway, that's the update for today. I've been working on all this stuff for several hours and I have had one win, and that is the one latte glass that I completed like 5 minutes ago. I'm going to keep on pushing through and hopefully find some solutions to these weird Cricut cuts, but I'm trying not to get too discouraged because I still have a few weeks to figure everything out. Here's the aftermath of this afternoon's events. It is mega stressing me out that everything is so dirty. That's probably not helping with how I'm feeling overwhelmed. So we got to clean that up. All right, it has been a minute. What day is it? It is Wednesday, October 25th. So I think the last thing I filmed was on Sunday when I was making or starting to make a first round of products for the product launch. And I was frustrated, if you can remember, because a lot of my plans were not going how I planned for them to go. I don't know why I'm explaining it saying if you remember because it was probably 2 seconds ago for you and it was days ago for me. So I'm just refreshing myself. Anyway, I'm back today making some more products. I decided to simplify things for myself today because last time I was trying like the flower design and I was getting discouraged with that because it wasn't cutting well in the Cricut. I was like, let me just go back to my roots. The very first wine charms I ever made had letters on them, an R and an A for me and AJ. It was a gift for our 5-year anniversary. And so I was like, let me just remake those because the font I used on those is not for commercial use. So I knew that going in that I couldn't use that as an example later on. Regretting it slightly now because I love how those look. But I figured I would make a new version for us, even if we don't use them that much, just to have with the fonts that I can sell and in a different vinyl. So I just cut those. So I'm going to see how they look. They look like they're good. So that gives me hope because this was my first attempt at these letters. So if it works on the first attempt, I will be very happy because nothing worked on the first attempt on Sunday. So that would be great. Oh, and now I'm peeling up vinyl. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you well. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. Is it even focused though? They look like they cut well, so I'm going to peel them off and try and stick them on some wood blanks. I made an R and an A in the same vinyl, and then I printed two P's in different vinyls. So it's like an example of using your first name initials with the same vinyl, or using your last letter initials with different vinyls. Okay, hopefully this offers a better view of the vinyl than before. You can see it looks like it cut them pretty well. I know it says wrap. That's a coincidence. There's the A. Okay, going well so far. Okay, that one looks pretty good. Okay, going smooth so far. Okay, those took me like 5-10 minutes to do. So this should be a pretty quick process once I like get it down pat. Obviously, I still have to put them on the wine glass charm thing with beads. And also on our personal ones, I like added a strip around the edge that matches the vinyl. I think it just, whoops, just dresses it up a little bit more. So I'll probably do that as well. I'll probably do that next and then put them all together. I am very happy to report that this went very well. I did not really run into any issues, which was honestly shocking. So I got these two with our first name initials, and I used like these pearly white beads. And then I got these two with last name initials that are a different vinyl with like this ivory type bead. So these are two different examples of the wood toned ones. I can't remember if I said this already, but I ordered the wrong sized acrylic blanks without realizing it, so I'm returning those, but I ordered the right size ones from somewhere else. So I haven't gotten those yet, but they should be coming in a few days, hopefully. So I can't make any of the blank versions, or what? I can't make any of the acrylic versions right now, unfortunately, but I think I'll use like the holographic vinyl on those because I think that would go really nicely together. So that's why I chose to do like the textured coppery vinyls for these ones because I'm planning to use the holographic vinyls on the acrylic. And then one slight flop that we did have today. I somehow didn't notice on Amazon when I was looking at this that in this entire pack of thread, there is not a single white one. It is all colors, which is fine, but I don't think those colors would go well with these vinyls. I think like probably like the pink and purple and blue holographic vinyls would look cute with most of these. So like I'll still find a use for them. But like I said, I'm not using that vinyl right now because I'm waiting on the acrylic blanks. So in the meantime, I can't even make versions of these with tassels instead of beads because I just don't think any of those will look good with these like coppery metallic vinyls. So I'm gonna have to get like a white version of that thread, but the problem is like, I mean, I haven't checked Amazon, so I'm speaking with no proof, but I'm assuming I can't just buy like one white one off Amazon because they always sell them in giant packs like this. So I'm probably gonna have to like go to Michael's and get one, which is fine, but like the Michael's is kind of far from here and I never go over there in that direction. It's just annoying because I wasn't planning. Wait, I was planning on probably going to Michael's to get some like stuff for like a backdrop for when I'm photographing the products. So you know what? That might actually work out okay. I just wish I had the white thread sooner so I could work on it now.